toilet paper. And the reason we have toilet paper is because we have a working toilet. I promise you, there's not any water coming out anywhere. I have been fighting this bastard for 5 hours. I watched a YouTube video on how to install a toilet like this. We went out, bought the exact toilet. The YouTube video lasted 5 minutes, and I've been battling with this for 5 hours. So it was about an hour and a half yesterday evening, and it's been about 3.5 hours today. What I can tell you was that I went and bought the toilet. You have to buy this lid separately, so I bought that separately. I've bought one with soft close because I prefer that myself. And the most important thing for me is actually that it doesn't move when you sit down, and this one is relatively tight. So that's one good thing. I then had to install the toilet down, and I have been going through a lot of different things. First of all, I had to drill holes in these porcelain tiles. That was a nightmare. I used these drill bits that I have right here. I don't have the one that's broken, but I did use this one, which is an 8mm drill bit. And this sort of like pierced through the porcelain so it doesn't crack the tile. I didn't have this myself, but my dad had, and luckily he had two that was 8mm, because I started drilling yesterday and it became so warm that it started overheating, and you could just see the metal becoming completely red. And then it broke, and luckily nothing happened. But the holes are drilled correctly, there's raw plugs in them, and the toilet is anchored down. I have also managed to, I think, break 4 screws in the process because I didn't keep it straight. And then when I was about to install the water, you can see I've got this flexi pipe here, which is 1/2 inch on both sides. This came with the toilet, and this one was exactly 5 centimeters too short to be able to connect it to the toilet and the water. So yeah, I had to go out and buy one. And when I then tried to screw this on, the element that's behind the toilet here where you connect the water to it is made of plastic, and because it was such a tight fit on this side, I've been screwing it on at a wrong angle, meaning that all of it just, I think I spent a good hour getting it on with the right angle, and I was laying down here, I called my dad and I was complaining about it all. What I should have done, and what I know for next time when I need to install a toilet, is that I'm going to install this one first on the toilet so that it sits on straight, it sits on flush, and then I'm going to put the toilet to where it needs to be, and then I will install it to the wall afterwards, because having to do that behind there with the tools that I had, it was just a nightmare. So I actually ended up taking it out, moving it over here to the front of the room where I could sit down, have enough space. However, enough talking. What we're doing today is that we are sanding and we're painting upstairs. So we're continuing from where it was left off last week. You've already seen a few time lapses of what we did yesterday, and I think we're actually going to get through all the top floor this weekend. So let's quickly run upstairs and I'll show you how far we are for now. This one has received 3 coats of paint. This one has had 3 coats of paint, plus I've also siliconed the elements here between the wooden beams and the walls. It is completely dry, so in essence this room is fully painted. This room is yet to be done. This is where we have all of our stuff. I'm going to sand that down very soon. And as you can see right now, I've got my girlfriend painting in the background here. So, and this is the first coat. So this wall has received the first coat. This one's received the first coat. The one behind me have received their first coat. The only one that has not are the ones that Natalie's painting right now. And then this one. And the reason why we cannot give this one the first coat of paint, you might be able to see it here, is because we've had to tape a small crack. I think we didn't tape it properly. I was about to say I think we did, but I obviously didn't when the crack came out, and it's actually one I've been fixing one time before. So I'm just going to leave the tape in it, so it actually has 2 pieces of tape right now. So I need to give it another element of skim coat. It's almost dried out. It's quite nice weather-wise in Denmark these days. So we're about 20 degrees, so things dry out fairly quickly. I think this wall here was painted, how long ago? Half an hour? An hour? Something about that. And it's almost dry, so we can give it a second coat. Don't know what to say really. Yeah. Well, I actually do know what to say, because I'm going to do another thing as well. I have a small, you'd call it an inspection opening, that is sitting in that box right there. And I'm going to install that on the wall right here. And that is because you would like to be able to enter this, especially with the electrical box here, from this side. I just didn't like the way that it was structured previously. I can just show you that in the footage here. Okay, so I didn't like how that was structured, therefore we're going to put this one in, and it is 40 by 40 centimeters, meaning that you can squeeze through. It's going to be narrow, but I don't expect that we are going to go in there, but if you want to go in there, you can. We are going to install a second one as well over in this corner here, because we have some valves running to the radiator, so the heating system here. We would like to go in to be able to access the valves that you can open and close. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. But we'll keep on working and catch up with you in a bit later today. You just saw a time lapse of me trying to fit in this inspection shaft, and I was being very clever, as I am, and I think this is why things are taking a bit extra time, is because sometimes we just do things and then we don't think about it. But I accidentally cut the hole at the wrong place, as you can see here. We've tried to patch it, and we probably just need to cover it over with some paint after it's dried and we've sanded it down. But we got this element fitted in, and I need to fit another one into the other room, as I think I mentioned on the video earlier today. So the only thing that we have left to do now is to give the other room another coat of paint. We have sanded down the big room next to here. We just did that before we went home and had dinner. So I'm going to mask off the pieces of timber, and then I'm going to prime it. And then I need to give the staircase room, if you call it that one, I need to give that some chalk / silicone or whatever you call it, whatever I have laying around over the table. So yeah, we'll get that done today, and then we will call it night and drive back to Copenhagen.